What is figures of speech? Figures of speech is a word or phrase that is used in a non-literal way to create an effect. They function as literary devices because of their expressive use of language. So you already have a little background about figures of speech and its common type, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's go back here. Can you identify to me the two figures of speech that show comparison?
Ma'am, simile.
Simile. What is the next?
Metaphor.
Metaphor. Very good. Now class, what is the difference between simile and metaphor? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Yes?
they both compare things, but simile uses the terms like or as.
Very good. Figures of speech that show comparison. Simile. Simile is the figures of speech in which two dissimilar things are compared to each other using the terms like or as. For example, she's pretty like the moon. The word she and the moon are compared to each other using the adjective pretty and the term like. Another example is, he's as strong as an ox. The word he and the ox are compared to each other using the adjective strong and the term as. Okay class, did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. While metaphor is a figure of speech in which two different things are compared to each other without using the terms like or as. For example, she is the moon in the night. The word she is directly compared to the moon without using the terms like or as. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have other examples of simile and metaphor. In simile, you are sly like a fox. I'm as cute as the puppy. While in metaphor, we have, your voice is music to my ears. Your words are a broken record. You are a chaos to my mind. And your love is a poison in my heart. Going back to the presentation, can you identify here the three figures of speech that show contrast?
Ma'am,
Yes?
irony.
Irony. Very good. Next.
Oxymoron, ma'am.
Oxymoron. Very good. What is the last?
Paradox.
Paradox. Very good. Let's move forward. Figures of speech that show contrast. Irony. Irony is a figure of speech in which contradictory statements or situations reveal a reality that is different from what appears to be true. For example, a fire station that burns down, a police station being burglarized. Is it funny, class, that how come a police station packed with all police officers was being robbed? And how come a fire station that is responsible for putting off flames was burnt down? Yes, this is ridiculous, but this is reality. Now we have oxymoron. Oxymoron is a figure of speech that connects two opposing ideas, usually in two-word phrases, to create a contradictory effect. For example, alone together. Now class, why do you think this is an oxymoron?
Ma'am, because alone and together are two opposite words.
Okay, good. Now, I'll make an illustrations to understand the point of an oxymoron statement. But class, kindly excuse my drawing skills because your teacher is not pro when it comes to this. Okay, when we say alone, it is only one person. The word together means being with a group. The words alone and together are two opposing ideas. That's why it is an oxymoron statement. Am I understood, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have other example of oxymoron statements. Bittersweet, amazingly awful, and open secret. Now the last one is paradox. Paradox is a figure of speech that appears to be self-contradictory but actually reveals something truthful. For example, things get worse before they get better. As you can see, worse and better are two opposite words. It conveys the reality.
Hence, it is a paradox statement. Do you all agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now we have other examples of paradox statements. What I've learned is that I know nothing. Deep down, you're really shallow. That ends our discussion for today. Did you understand well the topic, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now, are you ready for today's activity?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.